Hello there. Well, this is one I was looking at the hard drive, and this is from about 2 weeks ago. These things tend to kind of sit here sometimes, and I forget about because just because it takes me so long to post anything. But yeah, just deciding what to post next. Of course, I've got other things more recent, but I decided I better get this one out here because I kind of like it. It's not real dramatic. We end up with red not getting any damage at all, but they do make a pretty good comeback. And since we've got the Axis vehicles here, it's kind of surprising that they did as well as they did. But we did beat them completely on the previous match. But it's a case of where it's hard to believe that they were really trying in that case, you know, because they got shut down in like 2 minutes, which is really unrealistic. Anyway, a lot of this, I just spent a lot of time hanging around the center, just doing this kind of thing, just grabbing the orb repeatedly, because I feel like it's really important for somebody to grab the orb at center whenever it becomes available there. Because you know, if nobody picks up the orb, then as soon as that node goes down, the orb goes right back to your core, where it's a lot more trouble to get it up here. I was lucky right there. I managed to knock that guy down before he capped, so we got very close. You know, just trying very hard to hold on to the center. And you'll notice both the sides are red right now, which is a problem. You know, and that tank is a problem. That tank is a huge problem on this map. There's always people trying like hell to get hold of that tank on this map because it's a huge advantage to holding the center.
Man the Nightshade.
Hey, hold on, I got a second. All right. At this point, we've actually lost our prime. I hadn't noticed that before. Well, we got somebody building it back up. The orb's on its way back up. I'm just trying to slow red down a little bit here. They've got the center and both sides now, which is that's an example. I mean, they did pretty well on several points, and we're lucky they didn't get any damage on the core. They did manage to take our prime once or twice. Yeah, they got the walker up there. I'm gonna take the walker out, but the scorpion's gonna get me. So we're pushed back to our prime now. Yeah, the numbers are even anyway. The other aspect of this thing is you want to constantly be towing the orb as much as possible. This, you know, a lot of the challenge in this game is that on every map, pretty much, there's you know, there's not one thing that you need to be doing. There's actually several different jobs that you can take on, and if you take on one of them, there's no guarantee that anyone else will take on the others. So you kind of have to, you know, choose carefully which role do you want to play. There's a nice kill. So, like in this case, I'm hanging around the center a lot and holding the orb. Well, you know, that's obviously not the only thing that needs to be done, but it is important. Getting a tow out to the enemy prime is also important, but then you have to be careful, you know, to time it correctly. It's you know, watching the mini map is always really. You want to watch the mini map to pick up any information you can about where the enemy orb is, and timing your movements to go along with what the enemy orb is doing is always a good idea. You know, for example, if the enemy orb goes down and gets killed or something like that, that's a good as soon as you see that happen, that's a real good time to make a run for the enemy prime if you have to have the orb. You know, that's timing. Now here we go. In this case, you know, I don't really know where the enemy orb is, but I've got a ride, which is also a big consideration. So I think I might actually cap here. Yeah, there we go. Just managed to make it. Got killed immediately after I cap, but that's typical, you know. I mean, it's actually very normal to get killed almost immediately. If not, you're lucky if you don't kill just before you cap, which happens quite often.
Red core
This is a good thing to do if you get the chance. Cap both the side nodes. I could take that vehicle, but I would rather go back to center and pick up the orb. Just because at this point I think it's more important that somebody pick up that orb because, well, again here, now this is a dumb thing to do. I'm taking a chance here and I think I'm going to be killed immediately. No, I did make this. Okay. I got lucky this time. Red decided to use their avalanches. I'm going to get stuck in a corner right here. Not a good idea. One thing I did screw up with right there is that at this point, yeah, before I went on the little run, I really should have grabbed that health thing that was sitting right there. I could have did that and gone out there with 100 points, and maybe I would have lived through that situation anyway. Oh well. Previous video, Vegetable Dildo got on the community board there and gave me all kinds of crap because I was unfairly criticizing some of the other players like Ice Cream and that and shit. And yeah, I was being unfair to him. It's true. You know, I'm not. Strictly speaking, I don't really care though. I don't want to say that I don't care, but basically, I do these commentaries. You know, they're off the cuff. I do not take special care to make sure that everything I say here is 100% accurate as far as what the other players are doing. If you think I'm accusing you of something unfairly, well, you may be right. You may be 100% right. Basically, I just say, if I see something that inspires me to make a comment, it probably has as much to do with something I've seen in the past as it does with what happens to be going on in front of me. It's quite possible that what I'm looking at that moment, it has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
Attack the center node.
You may have simply reminded me of something I've seen in the past. Like I said, I don't. It would be way too much work to watch these things so carefully that I know for sure, you know, who all these people are that are running across the screen at 1,000,000 miles an hour and following each and every one of them to see what happens to them and so on. I don't have that kind of energy. That's research. It's enough work. Oh my God! Yeah, there's an example right there. That's why it's usually a good idea to wait for a tow, because going out there on foot like that, you're just a sitting duck. You know, I mean, you might get away with it, but anybody that comes along with a flyer, you're just a sitting duck for them usually. Especially since quite often you're just not going to see them coming at all. We still haven't lost. We are going to lose control of the center here shortly.
Grab your orb.
All right. No, but it's true that, you know, the two that I mentioned on the previous night. Yeah, they were actually playing quite. They were actually playing quite well, I'm sure. Oh.
I have the orb.
There are actually several players. There are in fact several regulars on this game that play, you know, that play incredibly well. There are also a lot of people that don't play really well at all, but they're nice people too. They're all nice people. I'm glad they stick with it. This bunch here, I can't really complain about at all. You know, all through this, you can see all kinds of cooperation, which is what really makes the game worthwhile. You know, like you know, you're on a good team when you're taking the orb out to your prime on foot, and a tow just appears right before you. You know, and all you got to do is latch on. You know, and it's like you just expect it to happen. You can never really expect it, but it's you know, it's nice when it seems like you can, you know. And if both teams are playing like that, that's the kind of game that usually turns out pretty interesting. I think throughout much of this, we did mostly have control of the center. I could have towed that guy, but thought I better stay back here and cover the center a little bit. This isn't really the ideal vehicle for a tow. I love to kill shit like this. The hamster ball. it's hard to control, but that's one thing I found it is good for, is that you can jump straight up in the air and you can just basically oh, okay, here we go. Maybe I can criticize that. That guy there, that's I believe that's a guy named, oh, what was his name? Miracle Whip? No, it was that is a guy. I'm pretty sure he's new. He got out of the Nemesis to heal the center, and somebody on Rev ran up and took it away from us now. And I think that it did actually happen twice. I usually will go out of my way to actually post a text. I don't like the text texting takes too long generally, but that's something I do like to say. I'll say that once in a while when I see new people on there. You know, don't get out of vehicles. If you're in one of those big vehicles, just stay in it. You know, I know you want to get out and heal the center and everything like that. Don't do it. Just let somebody else do that. Stay in the vehicle. That's not, okay, this is also a dumb thing to do. Yeah, okay. That's not 100%. I mean, nothing's 100%. You know, there's times when you got to get out of the vehicle. You know, it happens. You know, you can time it too. If you know the vehicle's going down, and if you can get out a split second before it does, that's worthwhile. You know, but you're gonna screw that. You're even gonna screw that up once in a while. The one thing you want to avoid is giving those big vehicles away, because there's people on some of these teams that will grab one of those vehicles and you'll never get it back. I mean, they'll run it back to a rear area and just use it strictly for defense and keep it healed up the entire match. You'll never get that Nemesis back. And the Nemesis is a big important vehicle. You don't want to lose it. I think he's going to show up right about here somewhere. I don't know if that's the same Nemesis or a different one. They might have lost it twice. I don't know.
Attack.
Yeah, here he comes. Yep, there he is. And take a few points off this way. This is a good thing to be able to do with the Nemesis. The Nemesis is powerful, but it's actually pretty vulnerable to like one or two people kind of dancing around it like this. You can take out a Nemesis pretty easily that way. You just have to stay ahead of his fire. Well, just kind of dance around a little bit so he can't get a good aim on you. Red now has the center. I actually abandoned the center for a second because I needed to get a side node. That's the thing about this. I've kind of. Oh yeah, and this is when they're going to make their run, and now they got our prime. Yeah, okay, yeah. So at this point, we kind of lost control there, and.
Grab the shape charge. Attack.
A lot of that might be because we lost the Nemesis, or it might be because after we lost the Nemesis, I kind of let go of the center and concentrated on getting that side node and killing the Nemesis. But yeah, we do have to recover from that now. The other thing that we got screwed up on with the center was I was holding the center with the orb and sort of made a half movement to make a run. There was a hamster ball or something that was trying to get me to take a tow or something like that, and it got about 10 feet and the red orb came in right behind me and tried to get back in time, didn't quite make it, and yeah, that pushed us back. It took us quite a while to recover from that also. I'm not sure if that's happened yet or not. I haven't been paying real close attention. Yeah, but we're pushed back to our prime again. We got these Vipers are actually pretty good for defense on the prime. I use them for that. They're mostly you mostly need to use them for towing the orb, but since this side has so many of these Vipers, I think it's perfectly okay to use one. And they're actually pretty good for defense, unless you get some people on the other side that come in here with an Averill, and when they're this far away from their base, they don't necessarily always have Averill. Probably don't have to worry about defense quite so much at this point. We're back to pushing them back from the center now. We still got the one side. We just got to take the center back if we can manage it. I'm going to do a lot of damage on it here. Yeah, see, no Averills coming through here at all. These people are just running around trying to do what they can with rocket launchers and whatever. I don't think I'll actually manage to. We don't think we'll manage to capture this. I might manage to, just shoot it down. That's about it.
Double kill.
And now Red's got both sides again. You see, this is what happens. You know, you concentrate on the one thing, and the enemy can shift and concentrate on the other thing, and they're both important. You know, that's what makes this game a challenge. Is you know, there's more than one thing that needs to be done, and there's no way that you can do all of them yourself. Oh yeah, there's a mistake. Oh god, I really wanted that mana.
I've got the orb.
Our Nightshade left an EMP mine laying around here somewhere, so I could have grabbed that Scorpion too. That would have been nice too. But you see how that goes. You know, it's you get tempted to you suddenly you get distracted. You know, I should have just went forward and went straight to the center, but I seen that mana laying on the ground and I want it. You know, I really want to capture these enemy vehicles, and it would have been a good thing to do it too. But, you know, you get distracted and then you don't accomplish either thing. That happens, you know. Might be better in general to just go on and do what you were going to do. You know, play it safe and get something done instead of nothing getting done. Okay, yeah, we are going to get this. We are going to get this back. This is kind of a risk because our prime's under fire at this point. Well, it may not be under fire. It's just, yeah. Maybe it was just being drained is all probably. We're actually in pretty good shape at this point.
I've got the orb.
Just gotta make sure that mana doesn't squish me before we get in there and tag the center. Red might tag it. I think I'm probably gonna get out support this time, yeah. This would be a good spot to have an Averill at. Like I said, yeah, you got the Averils. Where are the Averill spawns in this? I think the only one I'm sure about is the one up at the base. If you're not spawning there regularly, you probably don't have it. It's a good idea to have Averils on this map because there's just all these damn flyers around. There's a lot of tank drivers that will really not appreciate you hanging in their second gunner seat also, by the way, because they like to get in that second gunner seat and use it to shoot down nukes and stuff like that. I don't think there is a nuke on this level as far as I know. Well, there could be one. Somebody said something about a nuke the other day on this level, but they may have been joking. I've never seen a nuke on this level. Well, there could be one though. I don't think so. Yeah, we've just about got it here, I think. Yeah, once again, just sitting here holding. I think this is the point where I'm actually gonna, you know. We may lose the center again here. We gotta be getting close to the end though. Yeah, we're getting close to the end at this point. I mean, I could make... Yeah, here we go. No, we're gonna make this. Maybe.
Tentacle retracted.
It's iffy.
2 minutes remain.
Yeah, we got it.
Man the Nightshade.
Yeah, this is just about over, I think. Yeah, we're getting there. I'm gonna make a run to the side again. And yeah, I would have gone straight back for the center, but this guy's being a pain, so I'm gonna jump into the sanctuary of this vehicle and take him out.
I have the orb.
And yeah, that's how we're gonna finish this up. Since I'm in the vehicle now, I'm gonna just take it and use it to hold and use it to try and hold the prime a little bit.
Red core is
Although I'm really terrible in this vehicle, I can't aim it at all. It's too slow. It's a big sitting duck. And getting into this area here, yeah, the people you run into back here, they're most likely, yeah, they are going to have Averils because they're all coming out of their base, and that's where the Averill spawn is. I'm already down to 48 points on this, but I'm going to get some lucky shots. Kind of wasting time shooting at this stuff. I need to be shooting at the core, at the prime there. Orb runner's going to come in. Yeah, I'm going to try to take that guy out. Orb runner's coming in here.
Tentacle retracted. Grab the shape.
I think he's got it, yeah.
I have the orb.
There's a guy with an Averill up there. Yeah, that managed to get a lucky shot on him. And yeah, it's just about over with now.
Is critical.
Just gonna straight walk over to the right here, get to. Oh, there's that orb runner. Oh, there we go. There's a lucky shot. That's just about it.
Double kill. Killing spree.
9, 8, 7,
Come on.
6, 5, 4, 3. Red core destroyed. Blue
All right,
team
there you
wins
go.
the match.
All right, have a good evening. Enjoy 4 more years of Obama while you're at it.